Okay, so let's go back to the Tower of Babel. Bible actually doesn't say that Nimrod built the Tower of Babel. It does say that he built Babel, the city of Babel, and there's clearly a connection spiritually between the two. I guess we can assume that he inspired it. It was his project. There are also certain religious associations which are connected with Nimrod and false religions. Now, what I'm going to tell you now is not actually in the Bible. It's a conclusion which was come to by a man called Alexander Hislop, who wrote a book called The Two Babylons. Some people dispute this story, and some people say, well, it's not in the Bible, so you can't take it literally. And it is true that it's not in the Bible, but there are myths and stories which are handed down, which have some bearing upon it, and it is interesting from our point of view. So I'll tell it to you now. You don't have to take this as biblical truth, but it is an interesting little count into traditions which were handed down relating to this man, Nimrod. Nimrod had a wife called Semiramis, and according to various legends, she was a very powerful woman herself. She actually was referred to on some occasions as the Queen of Heaven, and she took on this role as the powerful woman figure alongside the powerful man. And according to various legends, Semiramis became pregnant after engaging in an adulterous affair while she was still married to Nimrod. But at the same time, Nimrod died an untimely death. In an effort to retain power and to hide her misdeeds, Semiramis made a claim. She publicly declared that upon Nimrod's death, he had been resurrected as the god of the sun, and as the sun god, Nimrod used his sun rays to miraculously inseminate Semiramis with child. This child was thus considered to be divinely conceived. The child's name was Tammuz, which she claimed was the reincarnated Nimrod. Therefore, Semiramis became both the wife of Nimrod and his mother. So that's just a story. It's not something which is in the Bible. But if you see, there are certain parallels which are kind of themes which have been developed in the development of religion. You've got the Queen of Heaven, the figure. You've got the idea of the woman with child. You've got the idea of reincarnation. You've got all kinds of concepts which have been repeated and passed on in various religions. And according to Hislop, this story becomes one of the stories which, and what comes out of Babylon was going to reproduce itself in some form in all the religions of the world. And if you look into all the religions, you'll find that there are these themes of the powerful man God and the woman God who becomes the kind of Queen of Heaven, who is the one who introduces you to the powerful man God. And the powerful man God may be a little bit threatening, but the woman God is going to be the one who's kind of accessible. And if you look into the development even of Christianity, you can see that as Christianity became spread amongst the pagans of Rome when they became Christians, one of the things they said was, we don't see a mother goddess figure within Christianity. So they searched through the scriptures and they found, well, there's one person we could make into the Queen of Heaven, Mary, Queen of Heaven, and Mother of Jesus, and make her into the female goddess figure. And you even got the mother with child figure, virgin birth, all that kind of thing. So it kind of fitted in with the pagan ideas which were already there and translated them into a form of paganism which corrupted true Christianity. Now, after the scattering that occurred at the Tower of Babel, this story was disseminated through the world, led to the rise of various birth and death, rebirth cults that littered through history. And these mystery religions of the future generations were adopted through Semiramis and her child, Tammuz. In fact, Tammuz, it's interesting actually that Tammuz does appear in the Bible. In the book of Ezekiel, there's a passage where God says the people are mourning for Tammuz, and God is angry about this. And the Jews actually even took Tammuz as one of their months. So you can see one of the Hebrew months is actually the month of Tammuz. A little bit strange, but that's in there.